How well do you trust people? You always work together with others in games. Now prepare to point fingers as you fight and... Wait, that's every single multiplayer experience in League of Legends. Well, at least this time you get to choose who to axe off. The story of Lost Dimension is rather simple on the surface and cuts right to the chase. The end of the world is coming by a madman called The End, and it's up to 11 psychic youths, because it's always freaking kids or something, to climb a tower to kill him. The twist? There are traitors among the ranks, and you must find them on each floor. From here, the story gets a bit more complicated, by being vague as hell. The plot is really not going to give you any details on your first playthrough, as most conversations between floors is usually just distrust, or slow trust, or in Zenji's case, bitching.
You're overlooking the really shitty part. How long I gotta pretend to like you jerks when we can't even trust each other? Ridiculous.
And unfortunately, the characters are not fully explored. While certainly not terrible, and it does kinda sorta succeed in making me feel something for erasing them, they lack dialogue to talk and bond to each other. In order for the traitor system to work, this was an aspect that needed improving. It's a really sad case of telling as opposed to showing. The game utilizes more of its 2D aspects for the stories as opposed to 3D, which works considering how expressive the character portraits can be. There are times though where the game does not run as smooth as you might think it would, as some special attacks require a small loading screen. Music isn't too memorable, aside from the opening I keep dancing to, of course. If you played Valkyria Chronicles, you may feel right at home with the battle system, as it does rely on characters supporting one another in order to win. This accounts for not only properly positioning units to bombard an enemy, but also in using Defer, which can allow you to let a unit act once again. There are also of course special attacks, and each character is unique and brings something interesting and useful to the table, from the mobile as hell Naki, or to our good doctor of the team. And of course positioning for some skills is necessary, otherwise you just end up hitting your teammates too. These abilities are gifts, and you can either learn more or you can upgrade them. The sanity meter also ensures you won't keep spamming the most powerful techniques, unless you're over leveled, and it goes each time one uses certain actions and skills, and getting hit as well. Once it drains, you get a berserk character on your hands that will attack ally or foe, but it can be useful for a solo unit. Well, they don't die first. And while environments are neat, the treasure chests are so disappointing. Are you hoping to find some hidden ultra weapon or accessory? Too bad, you get some healing item you can buy anywhere else. The only worthwhile thing to find are documents to better understand the story. And if you're in it just for the gameplay, you won't care about that. But you know how some games have clever bosses with unique strategies to force the player to try new things? Yeah, this game lacks this. There are boss type enemies, but they mostly remain the same barring some minor changes. Each floor has at least one traitor spread among 3 suspicious comrades. However, you don't get to choose exactly. It's all voted. Your job is to use the battle log to determine the traitor by figuring out the suspicious people, and then use vision points to play a lackluster minigame of chasing them. If they turn up dark, you got your traitor. The vision points are limited though, so you can't just waste them on everyone. And as you get higher and higher in the tower, it does get harder to pinpoint them, making it rather fun and interesting to see who you can find as a traitor. You fail to do so, however, characters will automatically vote for other characters they think are the traitor based on either liking them or their lack of contribution to combat. Should you fail to identify traitors, they will be present before the final battle. Unfortunately, that moment's kinda disappointing as opposed to heart-wrenching. Wanna know why they are betraying you? Say it with me. Second playthrough. This is all to max out the friendship of every single character in order to get the true ending and story. That should only take you about, 20 hours to figure out everything. Regardless of which character is sacrificed, they will leave behind materia that can be used by other characters, unlocking not only the same skill set they once had, but unlocking new abilities that can help change the outcome of a battle to your favor. You can even sacrifice non-traitors just to get a hold of their materia, not that it's really needed. I also experienced at least 2 crashes while playing, and fortunately the game features a well-done autosave. Unfortunately for you cheaters, this means you can't undo stuff like your choices in making judgments for traitors. Honestly though, you are better off experiencing this game the way it was meant to be played. It's not that incredibly hard. Overall, Lost Dimension has some problems and basic things holding it back from being a truly fantastic game. It has the potential in the traitor system, and the gameplay is anything but bad, but in an RPG requiring constant playthroughs just to understand what the hell is going on, it kinda fumbles about. Other than that, it doesn't do anything else extraordinary and feels like they played it far too safe. Had it a stronger plot and even more memorable enemies and characters, it would have been great, and it's still not what I would call a bad game compared to say Morphex or Wet. Not even remotely close. The final verdict is... wait for a price drop. Trust me, $40 isn't really worth it to deal with Zenji for several hours. But hey, it's still fun to play this game. I'm the smartest moron, and be sure to tune in for a more detailed review. Eventually.
Spouting nonsense and then he disappears? Screw that guy!
Thanks for checking out this review. And man, let me tell you, this one took way longer than it should have. The Shoutouts review will be coming this September, hopefully, so be sure to keep an eye out for it. In the meantime, you can check out another quick review on your left, or you can check out the new show, Saviors of the Tales, featuring the lovely Milia Rage from Guilty Gear. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Until next time.